Hi, this is Allie from Allie Katz Crafts. We're here to bring you another alteration from the Paper Pumpkin July 2025 Sweeter With You. And this has everything to do with strawberries. I keep forgetting to show you this, but I think I will show you this time. This is what the kit comes with. It makes 8 cards, 2 of each. You get this card base, this card base, this card base, and this card base. You get a couple little, a bunch of strawberries and a little pot and a strawberry, and then flowers and stuff like that. And the envelopes, I use this part in my cards. Okay, so it's a pretty cool kit. Oh, you can see the picture of everything in there. So you can see, and it comes with vellum, which I have not used yet. It comes with everything you need: dots, pop-ups, tear and tape, which that's how you put it on there, and an ink spot. And when you order your first one, you get a special little stamp, and I don't have it with me, but this is about the size it is, just a little thinner, okay? And it works with every single stamp that you get from any of the kits from Stampin' Up, but mainly the Paper Pumpkin. You could buy these dies separately for $12.99, and it's really worth it because you can use them anytime, like the word hello. You can use it anytime, right? So it's pretty awesome. So I just thought I'd show you the kit, what comes in it. So today we're going to do an alteration. So I will use from the kit a little bit, like a fourth of the envelope. I think, let me check and see how long it is. It might be not the right. Let me see. Yes, okay, so a fourth and a fourth of 2 card bases. So when you get the card bases, they look like, let me get one out and I'll show you. So you get them like this, and it's 1 card base, but if you cut it in half, you get 2 cards. But the way I cut it, I'm able to get 4 out of this if I choose. Like for this one, I'm only gonna use that much of it, if you cut it in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/4 of it, okay? So I have 2 of the card bases, 1/4 of it. Then I took Garden Green from Stampin' Up paper, and I embossed it with my 3D Forever Plaid embossing folder, because I wanted a 3D look, and I wanted that little checker so it looks like kind of like a basket. So we will start with gluing this to the basic white, which is 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. This is, so if it goes on here like this, you will put this at 5 1/4, so you have 1/4 of an inch all the way around, or not even that, like 2/8 or 3/8, something like that. You know what, I'll just measure it. So you're gonna cut it at 4 inches, so that's 1/4 by 5 1/4. I knew that, but I just couldn't say what it means. It has a little bit more of a border than when I do the 2/8. So you're gonna glue that down first, okay? I'm making things a little more complicated tonight, and I don't know why, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna put some glue around it, and remember, because it's embossed, you need to put enough glue on here, but you don't want too much so it'll buckle. But if you put too much on and it starts to buckle, remember, after you're done with your card, put a heavy book on it overnight, and it'll come out nice and flat. So it won't hurt it. It just takes a little more time. So I push it down really good, okay? The next thing we will do is I have my pieces here, and you're gonna do 1 3/4 by 3 inches. You're gonna cut 2. So 1 from each one. Okay, they're gonna be laid down just like that. And then you're gonna get a 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and you'll do opposites right here and right here, okay? When you glue it down, you need to put a nice border around all the edges. So what I do is I lay it out how I want it. Now, if you want your papers like this, you can. So it's however you like your papers. I have a strawberry from the pack, and from the paper pumpkin kit, and it's a pink one. Never really knew there was pink strawberries until someone mentioned them. Going, oh, so I kind of looked into it and go, yeah, there is such a thing as pink strawberries. So I wanted to do it this way. Okay, and the reason why is when I lay my strawberry down, I want it to kind of go like this. So I'm going to start by gluing it down so I kind of know where it's going to go, like about right there. So I will start with my small one over here. And if you want, you can put dimensionals under it, and that'll pop it up a little bit. I choose not to, and that's why I did the 3D embossing folder. Okay, so I do a nice little border so it matches up all the way around. Or if it's not perfect, it's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything. It just looks nicer when you do that. So I line it up just like that. And I'll put the next one on. Now it's important, if you went a certain distance on the edge here, you want to do that the same thing. And same thing up there. So you want to put that one right there. See how it's perfectly spaced? Same distance from the top. I'll move that a tiny bit. I didn't quite get that. There. Use the liquid glue, and it works really good so that you can move it around until you get it where you want it. Okay? And I'll put this one down. Now the stripes could go this way or could go this way. If you put it this way, it looks a little bit different. It's totally up to you how you want it. I think I'm gonna do the opposite. I thought about doing it the same. Now I'm looking at it going, maybe I'll just do the opposite, just for fun. So now I want to take and line this up, make sure it lines up here, on this edge over here, and here. You want to get the most out of your kit? You can make a bunch of these cards. You'll get a lot of cards out of it. Just bring in your own paper for the background and your card base. So the next step I want to do is, I was going to wrap that around. That's okay. You know what? I can still do that. I will bring it around the inside of the card. This is what I was thinking about doing. But silly me, I forgot. So I have my red twine, and I will take, you know what? Actually, because this is going to go over the top. What I might do, I have a better idea. Let's just stamp it. And what I want to stamp on here is, I want to do the Life is Sweeter with You. And that is out of the stamps that came with this kit. So I'll get my red ink out, and I'll get my Stampin' Purist mat, lay my cute little strawberry. This really is a cute strawberry. Tap, tap, tap. I will stamp Life is Sweeter with You. Hold it down so it'll seep into it. See how cute that is? Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. And I think, no, that's all I'm going to put on that. So what I think I will do is, I don't know if you've heard of a bird nest where you take your twine, which I think I need more. That's not going to work. And like I said, I didn't have any twine from Stampin' Up! That was red. I had a red and white one, but I could not find it in my stuff. So I want to take and do like a little bird's nest so it sticks out on the outside like that. So I will take, oops, I got a knot there. So you could take it and go like this around your hand, get what you want, and then trim it. And then you look at it and say, is that how big I want it? Or do I want it bigger? Well, I want it bigger. So I will go bigger. The other thing you can do is turn it over, and I'll show you a little trick. You get your tearing tape. If you can't decide how you want it, put it across here. Then you'll take and just, oops, gotta first take out the backing. That would really help. And you'll take your twine and just go back and forth, and it'll stick the tear and tape, and you can get the desired effect that you want. And it'll stick and you don't have to worry about any problems. Just kind of go like this, back and forth. And I can get the effect that I want. And what's really nice, if you don't get what you really want, guess what? No harm, no foul. Take it off and do it again. So that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to get my dimensionals, which are right here. And it's stuck down really good, so we don't have to worry. I'm going to go a little bit over the twine, a little bit over there. I'm popping up my strawberry. And just kind of stick it all over here to make sure you get it all down nice and neat. Oh, I need one at the top, one right here. So take off the backings. These Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, I really like them. Stick it right there. There, very simple, easy card, fun. And once you know different techniques, it really goes fast and it's really cute in the end. So now I will get my diamond dots out, and I will pull some red ones out, and I'm going to take and put some diamond dots to give it a little bit of bling. Put one right there. 3, 4, let's do 5. Just kind of put them wherever you want. There's no right or wrong way. And I will need my take a pick tool, and grab a few out. Hopefully it's dry enough. I will start over here. Oh, it is. And I'll start adding my little diamond dots. Very fun card, and it's very easy. There. You can add as many or as little as you want. It's your card. However much bling you want, that's what you do. I like a lot. And with the diamond dots, it's good because you don't have to pay very much for them. So there you go. That's all blinged up and cute. What do you think? I like it. Okay. Next step, you need to stamp the inside. So the glue should be dry enough to where it's fine. Leave my lid on here so I don't lose it. So I'm going to get my leaves, and then I'll bring back my Stampin' Paris mat. Put that on there. Get my garden green. And I think I'll do this stamp. Now this stamp came from, I'll show you in 2 seconds. I just thought this might be kind of cute. Kind of like that, okay? Very fun, easy stamp. And use my thank you, Lori, for this and for this. And I'll clean my stamps off. So I am done with this one for now. And I'll clean this one off. Much better than a baby wipe. It doesn't leave a residue behind, by the way. I recommend getting this. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab my Stampin' Right. I use the Granny Apple because it's already a darker ink, and I think that if you color it in the light, it will look much nicer. When you see my next card, you'll understand why. So I'll grab my marker, and I do need to use the bullet point side this time, I think. Move that out of the way. And I will color. Now, actually, I want to use the other end. flows so much faster. These Stamp Right markers, Lori sent these to me too, and I love them. All the small detail stuff. It just flows nice, you know, and I've tried the other markers, and they're okay, but these ones, you go over it one time. Let me show you. I'll do a close-up and you kind of see what I'm talking about. Hopefully I'll remember to pull it back out. So, see how nice it just goes on there? And you don't have to worry about it bleeding through. It kind of like sits in the place. It'll go a little bit, but it's not bad at all. So I'm gonna color these little leaves because they look really cute colored. And I'll show you what stamp set it came from. I have another card we will be doing together. And I think you'll like this one too. Well, I like all my cards. I spend a lot of time thinking about what I'm gonna do because I just love making cards. And I give away a lot of them. But some friends will say, Allie, do you sell these? And I said, well, no, not really, but if you want to give me something, that'd be great. Helps me with my supplies. So occasionally I'll sell cards. But usually I donate them because it's just fun to make them, and there's a lot of people that need it. You know, the seniors, they love doing it with me. And then I give my church, so they could I make birthday cards, anniversary cards for the men and the women, and it's just a fun thing to do. And the church, people come to me, thank you for the card, and I said, I just made it, I didn't send it. So-and-so sends them out. She goes, well, thank you, I saw that your name is, yeah, I have a personal stamp. And she goes, I love it. It's so much better than just a normal one that you get from the store. And you know, the cards from the store, they're sometimes $8 each. I can't see spending that much for a card. It just does not make sense. But people pay that for cards. But I just like making them. I know there's a lot of people like me out there that like to donate cards, and they love making them, so. I like teaching classes, so if anybody wants to learn how to make cards, I will teach them. Then I'll give them some of my stuff so they can keep it and learn how to make it more, get better at it. So here is the inside of this card. Very easy, fun. Didn't take me very long to color. And that's the card. I do not have an envelope, but when I get ready to do the envelope, I don't know if I'll have time on this video. I'll be doing the outside, the same leaves on the envelope. So here's card number 1. I'm gonna pull back so we could do the next card. Next card, we'll be making this card. Now this one is a fun one. There's a little bit more work to this one. But when it's done, oh, I love it. Just love it. I use parts of the envelope. I use the strawberries from them, but I also used another stamp set, and I used the hello on the inside, friend, and I used the leaves to decorate. So the stamp set that I will be using for this card will be this one for the leaves, the berry, and then we will also, on the inside, let's say friend, like hello friend. That came out of this month's stamp thing. Oh, and the leaves came out, that just color came out of Pick of the Crop 2022. Came from right there. I will be using out of the Spring Stroll stamp set, the little flower and the flower pot. Okay, so those are the stamp sets that I will be using to make this. And this die, I found it on Amazon a while back, and this is what it looks like, and it cuts out, does not cut the middle, it cuts out all these little holes in here, okay? And of course, my stamp came from this stamp set, by a company that I used to buy a lot of stuff from, La La Land Press. So this has the stamp. It also has a little jar there, so if I ever want to use a jar and a bouquet of flowers, and you can kind of see different things you can make with it. Okay? I like this stamp set. Whenever I want a background, they have a lot. I'll go kind of them. So this time, when I did this particular one, you saw me doing another video, and I stamped it the first time, and it looked like that. So that's the first one. Then I went back over the top and I did this one. So it's a lighter one this time. So that's what I like to do, is I'll do first generation, second generation, and it's pretty cool. So I am going to start by gluing this down. This is 5 1/4 by 8 1/2 card folded in half. And it's going to be open it from the side just like I did the last one. So I will glue this down first. And this was, do you remember my scratch paper when I stamped this? I said, oh, it doesn't matter the back. Well, there's the back of it and there's the front. So I told you I would use that. Use everything that you have. Don't throw it away. And when I get done with this kit, I'll have lots of leftovers, and I'll take and put it in a Ziploc baggie and mark it. Or sometimes I just keep it in the box. Sometimes I get an abundance of boxes. But my friend Allie from Allie Creations, she saves her box and covers them in wrapping paper and gives them away, puts the gift in there for Christmas. And I'm going, oh, I never thought about it. Here I've been throwing them away. So I think instead of throwing them away, I'm going to start recycling and doing that. Because that totally makes sense. So the next thing I want to do is I want to bring in my Pool Party ink. I'll be using Pool Party and Garden Green ink today. And then I'll grab my little brush. Nope, I'm not doing the green. I am doing the Poppy Parade. And now I want to go in between these little lines to give a little bit of color. You don't have to go dark, just a little bit. And the idea is to give it so it's not so stark. Then I want to go along and do these edges. Now I'm going to do a little bit darker. Just like this. This was a fun one to make. And it evolved. So I usually start with this. Then I bring out all my supplies. Actually, I designed this when I was at Dairy Queen. So I live out here like in the middle of nowhere, kind of, rural area. I mean, we have a doctor's office, rural doctor's office, and it's so tiny. If you want to go to the emergency room, it's a quote-unquote emergency room, but it really isn't that great. So we end up going to Wichita Falls, which is about an hour and 10 minutes away. So if we have an emergency, we got to drive an hour and 10 minutes. Which, yeah. We chose to live here, so it's okay. So I have that done so far. And I know this is the direction I want my card. So I need to do some stamping, so I will bring this back out again. And I will grab my Poppy Parade. And I will get hello from this month's kit. I'm going to stamp it right down here at the bottom. Hold it down, get the ink to sink in, clean my stamp. I love this mat. I love this cleaning pad. It's called a chamois. It's pretty awesome. That's all I gotta say. Then I'm gonna get my flowers that I've already mounted. So if you ever have a problem, say these don't work anymore. So what I do, because this one won't stick, I have to grab my easy removal thing and I put it right there, and then I just stick it on here. Now it sticks and it'll come off. It's a temporary thing. So now I will get my Secret C, which I forgot to get, and I will stamp these flowers right there and right there. So I'm going to get all my stamping done, and then I can do the coloring and do all that next. So that's the secret C. I think I am done with this. Oh, I'm gonna do friend on the inside. Let me do the inside friend while I have that red open. So hello, friend. See where my top is. And put friend right there. Oh, that turned out so good. Very pleased with that. So I'll clean my stamps. See, it comes right off pretty easy, huh? It's temporary, and it holds it on there for me to do my stamping. And that's all that matters. So I'll just press it really good. That is done. Okay. So I have most of our stamping done. The next stamp, I want to bring back in this. So if you notice right here, that's where I put those. Oops, sorry about that. My water bottle just fell on the floor. So I will, but before I do that, I think I need to do this. Okay, so from the envelope, you will cut the envelope off of the flap off your envelope. Then you will go in and see how it's right here. That is 3/4 of an inch. You're gonna cut, I cut the whole thing off, then I went 3/4 of an inch. Then I cut off to the little blue line right here and right there, because that will fit perfect right across here. So what I'm doing is I want to glue that down first, so I know exactly how far my flower will be on the card. Because if I don't get it in the right spot, then my flower, the leaves will go up underneath there. So I want to get my glue, and this is where I'll glue it down right now. And I've already measured it and already cut it. So you don't need to worry about it not going where it was. So I put it right up under those little dots where you can kind of see them. You don't want to cover up your hello. That's why I stamp hello down low. There we go. So now I'll get my garden green ink and I will stamp my little leaves there and then color them. There's 1 and 2. Okay, I like that. There's one more ink that I did not show you that we need to do, and I will get it out in 2 seconds. So we need to get this on here too. Clean my, so the last one, you need balmy blue. So if you look at this card really close, see how those little dots? Nice little background. So I want to make a background. So I will take my little dots that I have. I love this. It's always here. Go off a couple times, then just go like this. Bring it in. Just a little bit to make it like a little bit of color. See how it's starting to look like there's color there, but not a whole lot. Okay. See? So you see the little dots? Because you want that little bit of color. That's what I wanted to bring in, is a little bit of color. Okay. So I'll clean that one. Got little polka dots now on here. Pretty cool, huh? I like that. So that one's done. Moving along, aren't we? So I think I am done with all my stamping for now. I will go and get my markers out and I will start coloring them. So with this one, Last one I used the red strawberries. This one, I'm going to do the pink ones. This one is from the stamps. I stamped it and fussy cut everything out. You could have die cut it, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to fussy cut it because I sit in front of my TV and I watch TV or listen to TV a lot most of the time, and then I'll sit there and I'll fussy cut everything that I need. So I have a bunch of stuff that's been fussy cut. I showed you in my last video the envelope that I did with all the different things in it. Find my lid for my glue, and we'll start coloring. There. So I'm going to start with the little leaves, and I will color the leaves, and I'm going to go the light, the granny apple green on the leaves. So because the black on the the garden green gives a nice little outline because it's a darker green. So when I first started doing paper pumpkin, I never did alternatives. I didn't know that that was possible. So, this is like many years ago, and I wanted to do it, and they did not have quite an extensive. The kits were okay, but they weren't nearly as good as they are now. So I get it, I'm going, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I get kind of frustrated. I'm going, I don't know exactly what I want to do with this. So I kind of wouldn't do them, or I give them away. Or when I looked at them, I go, oh, I like that one, I would just do it because I knew what I wanted to do. But when I started just kind of watching people on YouTube and realized, oh, you don't have to, as long as you use one or two things out of the existing kit, you can make alternatives. You don't have to do exactly, you can go out of the lines. You're a little kid, teacher teaches you, when you color, don't go out of the lines. So I always thought you can't go out of the lines. And then one day I realized, you know what, I could do that. And that's what with this one was when my friend introduced me to this particular die. It's about a year ago. My friend Becky, she told me about this die, and she says, you can cut as many as you want. Then I went out and I cut like, I think 10 from hers before I left her house. And then I fell in love with it. I had to find it. So I searched till I found it, and then I got it. And now I love this die. So now I will color my little pot here, water can. And this came out of the springtime stroll right there. So I got the flower and that out of there. And that is an old host set, back when they did hostesses. Stampin' Up! Doesn't do that anymore. And that was given to me by a friend of mine. She stopped doing it. She was an older lady and very sweet lady. And she ended up getting dementia, and her daughter said, I need to sell these things to help take care of her. And I tried selling them, and eventually they ended up at one of the church's garage sales, and one of the ladies knows that I take all the stamps that no one wants. She called them, she goes, Allie, come and get them. So I did, and that's how I got it. Now, almost everyone that she had, I've been so blessed. I've been using them and sharing with friends. I gave away some to some people that really wanted them, and I said, take it. And some people gave me donations. I sold some of my stamps, and I was able to give them some money towards it, which was really nice. So here's my pot. I used crumb cake, and I used pool party to color it. Okay? Then I took my pool party, but I used the bullet point, and I took and brought that into the pot right here by doing these dots. And I know this is balmy blue, but it kind of looks a lot like pool party, so that's why this is more of a green. I thought that would be neat just to have it kind of go together. So that's why I brought in those two colors. So now I'll just glue this flat. I could put dimensionals on it, but I didn't want to. I want to just glue it flat. Kind of angle like it's watering the strawberries. A little bit different. Then I will take, so this strawberry, you notice how it's not very tall compared to the bumblebee? So I took my scraps of paper. I will show you. I have a box of paper. I keep all my scraps in. And they're all just kind of in there. So when I need something, I just reach in there and grab it. So I have tons of this. And so this is what I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to make those strawberries, bump them up a little bit, as my friend Allie says. Back when I first did crafting, I didn't have dimensionals or pop dots. So I would just take pieces of paper just like she did. When I saw her doing that, I'm going, oh yeah, I remember that. So I kind of measure it like this. And I figure, okay, that looks about right. And a little bit too big. So I will take the first one. There's 2 pieces here, I think, yeah. And I will put it on here. And put another piece over the top. So you put layers, just put a few layers on there. And that makes it a little bit taller. So then I'll grab 2 more, I think. I want to do 4. I think that's what I did last time. So when I was at Dairy Queen, when I designed this, I didn't have dimensionals. So I thought, well, I have paper in here. So I cut up some paper, and that's how I popped it up. So there's the first. So then I took and I put glue here. I laid my strawberry about like that. And I get the next one, which is this one. And I'm going to overlap it a little bit like that. And this is with the strawberry slush, by the way. So I will grab, and I only want, see, the thing is that I only want the back part. So I will cut some small pieces like this. I'll do 4 again, and I will layer them just on this corner. Because if we do it, the whole thing, it'll make the top pop out too much. You don't want that. So I will take and just layer these guys right on top of each other. 4 of them like I did before. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's on the back. No one's going to see it. All you're doing is making it stand up tall. Very easy, very fast. Make sure it doesn't go beyond your cut there. So now you're going to put some glue up here and right there. And put your strawberry down. So now it's popped up. The next thing is I cut out of those dies that I had. I took and cut this all apart. And I used this. And I poked it all around it. So, and I'm going to cut off part of it like that. Because I want to tuck it under. Just like that. And because I dimensionalized it and stuff, there won't be a lot of room there. So I want to make sure that it's good. So then I'll grab this one. And I'll do the same thing. And it doesn't have to be exactly like the other one. It's kind of how you want to do it, you know. I don't like that there, though. Let me do one thing right here. Hold on, where'd it go? There it is. It flew off. I think I'm going to go shorter. So I'm going to grab it and stick it a little bit shorter. There, I like that better. So then the last one, I'm going to do the same thing. And I think what I want to do is I want to tuck it. I'm going to cut it in half. I only need half. I'm going to tuck it right up under there. So it just hangs over a tiny bit. Okay? Get rid of these greeneries, throw them in the trash. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to bump my bumblebee up a little bit. So I put a dimensional under that one after I got home, and I don't like how the bumblebee's kind of too high. I like it better the way I did it with these pieces of paper. So I just want just a tiny bit. So I'm going to take and put the bumblebee right here. So I might, you know what, I'm just gonna take this off and I'm gonna start again. Because I don't like that it's so thick. That's the cool thing. So if you don't like something, just take it off. You don't have to have it however you want. You have it, do it how you like it. Yes, it has a little bit of dimensional on it. That's okay. And like I said, it's the back. No one's going to see what the back looks like. It's going to be glued down. Now if it was on the front, that's different. People will see, you know, like on the front side of it. So put a little glue there, and I'm going to put this baby right back there. There we go. Oh, that has, I need to take that dimensional off. There we go. That's better. See, I like that one better. It's not as high up. So there's that one. Now I'm going to grab my 3 little flowers, even them out there. Put one right there. And one right there. And these flowers are the ones that I cut from the extra dies that you get with it. These ones right here. Okay, so that's the flower. So I cut them out, and then I used my Nuevo glitter and let it dry. So I have 3 of those on there. The next thing I will take and put a little dot of glue right there. Now you could do any way you want to. You could use the I'll show you what they are. These things that I get out of the paper pumpkin kit. Or you could do glue. I chose to do glue. So there's the card. Now I will get my card base out that I've already stamped and move some of this stuff out of the way. I'm feeling crowded now. And I will glue this directly down onto the card. And now, because you have these little openings, you don't want to go in there. So I go in between all of these. And this is a fine tip glue, by the way. You're probably thinking, oh, she's putting so much glue on, but really I'm not. So then I'll even this out, get this nice and even so it's all the same distance from each side. So just take a look. See, and then you'll press it down. Now the stamp itself, sometimes it doesn't stamp exactly. So it appears like it's not perfect. There. See how it's kind of, it's the right distance, I could tell, but it just doesn't feel like it is, and I keep trying to adjust it. That's okay. Okay. So there's those 2 cards. And you can see I used the lighter, the pinks in that. And here's the first card that I made. So let me know which one you like the best. That would be really neat to hear. Hope you enjoyed my video. And I need to put some diamond dots on here. Hold on 1 second. I almost forgot. So one here, and there, and there. So I think I'll just do three this time. Well, maybe there and there. Kind of like the idea of that. Okay. We'll do 5. Let them dry for a second. And we're almost done with this card. Sorry it's taking longer. I try to keep my videos to 35 maximum, but occasionally I go over. These 2 cards required a little bit more work. I'm trying to do at least 2 cards in each video because someone said they liked it that way. And I'm thinking, you know what? I like it that way too. They don't have to put as many out. So I'll start right here with my first one because it should be nice and dry by now. So I'm going to start putting my little dots on here. Now my friend told me about these dots and said, oh yeah, this is great. And I'm going, and they're sparkly. That's what I love about them. Oh, that card turned out really cute. Look at those dots on there. That looks really cute. I didn't do that because I didn't have these with me when I was at Dairy Queen. So If I load the video at home, where I live, it'll take sometimes 22 hours to load. And that's if I have good internet. If I go down to Dairy Queen, it takes 30 minutes. So I'll go down there and get a pancake, you know. It's very inexpensive. And enjoy my pancakes and make my cards and upload my video. And then when I'm done, I just leave. And it works really good. Okay. There we go. So tell me which one you like the best. Be sure and like and share my video. And if you're interested in any Stampin' Up! Projects, just look up my name, Allison Clark, Nocona, Texas. Okay? Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.